Native Honor Hours are back on
Yes, we are.
after a busy, why are we even doing this? Busy weekend.
Wow. And Kenny, wait a minute. I just broke things.
We're not doing this?
Finding out from Kenny if we can play one of our interviews, from the weekend.
Are we back
Okay, we're
on?
good. We're back.
Were we ever on?
Did you pay him to cut my mic so nobody could hear me?
You know, that is a good idea.
This is a loose connection.
Are we gonna cut her mic?
The mic anymore.
Okay. That was Monica getting tough with me. Don't make Cassie mad, Monica.
Assistant production.
She's the executive producer.
I'll put credit on it.
Okay, well, are we gonna start this or what?
I'm ready. Hey,
Okay.
you always take the lead.
Come
I'm
on,
letting
Kenny,
you have
we're
it.
trying to do a show here, man. What's going on? You're supposed to be the producer. Shape the cast up, man.
You're our Gelman.
Well, we really did have a busy and I think successful weekend.
Really successful.
What'd you
but
think,
really
Cassie?
Very
busy.
successful.
Was it? All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Should we do our fry bed for the show
Fry
movies
bed?
we saw? Fry bread?
Well, let's first explain what we did, shall we?
I think everybody knows, man. I think they know in Washington, D.C. what
we're
they
here.
did.
We're here to give them the nitty gritty
It
details.
has gone from the Black Hills to the raging Missouri River.
No, back to
Well,
New
we
York
have
City.
what
to
you
listen
look
to today. If you're listening or watching, let us know. Hey, and we hope Brother Gary's watching. He kind of asked you if we're still doing a show, and
Yes.
maybe he might listen.
Here's why he was not at our film festival. He took the chance to hang with his mom.
Then he didn't come up here.
No, he didn't.
Instead,
Instead,
read
we
that?
had Shasuke Spencer. We had another no-show. Ivan Rock never made it either.
he said, I would have
Come
come. Well, maybe not, since you already had one of the directors in Shasuke. Thought to save you all some
Gary,
money.
we think you're way cuter than
all.
Shasuke. We wanted you there. The over 60 group had nobody to fawn over. Over 50. Over 40, sorry, Gary. Over 40 group. Mm-hmm.
So was he hungry to come, just hungry, or hungry to
Yeah,
come
he's
up
coming.
on his own?
He wants to come.
We need to have him up here. Brother Gary, you know, if you're listening, let us know when you want to come. You going to bring the crew up or just yourself? Because we'd have to do a movie, or we'd have to do something.
You know what I would like to do, and it's just me, and this is actually going to the movie first, but I really think we need to have a great big old discussion group about what that movie meant. Winter in the Blood. When I walked out of that movie, I had questions. Did you, Cassie?
No, because I
You read the book.
Oh, you want to give us a review of it?
Not really.
No? Okay.
She says she'd like to, but you'll
It was-
interrupt her
it was-
anyway, so you might as well just...
It was an extremely deep and somewhat dark movie. Are we going to get into reviews?
Now,
Let's finish
yeah,
up the...
yeah.
But the dark...
Let's do it. At some point, let's do a movie, have a movie review section.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be great to have Gary
Well, let's
here
do
and
it
show us?
today. Because you know Cindy didn't got squat.
I'm not prepared for a movie.
Yeah, you can. You read the book. And I read the book, like I said, like in high school about 15 years ago. So
Native
it's been a
Honors
while.
Hour is
You
not
didn't get that,
on.
did you?
Yeah, I'm trying to get our show. We're not on.
It's on.
Going out.
Well, I'm not
See?
getting
Up
it.
to 6 people.
I'm not.
Six? We're up to six?
people?
Man, we're
Who's
viral.
listening? I'm gonna write who's listening.
We're going. You know what? And that's not counting my daughter who's not watching, and
I
ordinarily
use
is
the social stream.
that's like 3 viewers right there.
3 extras.
So man, we're on
Oh, there we
fire.
are. How do I turn it down?
All right, but we on the first night we had Winter in the Blood.
It was really good, but it was very, very confusing.
Well, let me give you just the details of what we're doing. First, we
And where did we have it the first night?
I thought I was going to do that, Kenny.
I'm gonna
We-
do it to you all day.
We picked up
Every third word.
Yeah, the first thing I did was go to Lincoln and do an interview with NEPT or no NPR, which in hindsight I'm thinking I don't know how much good that did.
It was in Lincoln.
I don't know how many people came from Lincoln.
A lot. actually.
Really?
Yes,
Well,
at
maybe
least 12 or
but
13.
who listens to NPR anyway?
I do.
What's that?
Did you mention
NPR
our
radio
radio show?
I did. See,
They could be listening.
didn't I
So
mention
tell the
our radio
story.
show? I said we do a radio show called Native Honor Hours.
On Upstream,
I'm out there
Ustream?
promoting us,
We
man.
all stream? I stream, you stream, we all stream?
We all Ustream for, but I did that in Lincoln, and we came back, and it was just a busy day. All kinds of things to do, just
Yep.
picking people up, figuring out who's going to do what. But we finally got everybody settled in their hotels, and we had a little dinner, and then I picked up Chaske Spencer, took him down to. Oh, I should tell this story.
You know, wait a minute though, if I may, if I may cut in. He picked up the talent, took him out for dinner. Me, Gretchen and Cassie carried everything in from the cars, set up the rooms, made sure everything was okay.
Before you sound all pathetic, who invited
weren't-
you to dinner?
We weren't out, yeah, but we
Who
couldn't, we
in-
couldn't
who
because
invited
there-
you to dinner?
There are the big dogs and then there are the worker bees. I'd like a raise. I'm a worker bee.
We
and we'd
invited
like
you
a
to
raise.
dinner.
We had to set up. What do you think? Little elves come in and set those things up by themselves?
So I picked him up.
Sarah says it sounds staticky.
That's Cindy.
Berkeley says a bit funky.
That's Cindy.
Okay, you just cut the sound.
Cindy just cut it.
Ed, your
Come on,
fondest
Cindy.
dream has come
Is Cindy's mic? Is my mic still on?
Yeah, you better go.
Is Cindy the only one that's cut?
Yeah, go, talk. Keep talking. You want to talk?
Oh, all right. Well,
Oh,
are we on, Kenny?
Yeah, you're on.
Oh, okay, good.
the audio.
Yay.
Chris Marshall says the audio is blown now, whatever that means. And that was at 7 minutes ago.
What's really important is if you can hear me.
Yeah.
So if you can hear me, then that's all the show really needs to go forward.
We could pretend we were singing or
got you on
something.
mic.
We could pretend. So are we on? What do we do?
Yeah, it's on.
Ed, go take it away, big dog.
Well, I was going to say, when I went to go pick up Chaske, because you know what a first name basis Chaz.
Is it Chaske or Shaske?
Well,
Well, I've always, when I've known other Chaskes, it's not, and the director, he pronounced it Chaske. And I think it's Chaske.
But you know, I bet they wouldn't correct the.
But he never corrected me, so I'm assuming that I
He
was
was
right.
a beautiful young
Because I
man.
always make the assumption that I'm right.
He was a beautiful young man. You know, it's that
No, he's not-
Lakota blood.
He's not that young. No, I think it was the Nez Perce blood.
No.
He claims
It was the Lakota
No,
blood that
he
makes
claimed-
him pretty
he was
and tall.
no, it was he claims Nez Perce. Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Cassie,
see?
I'd like you to be quiet, please.
Anyway, can I finish this story?
I wish you would.
I go in to pick him up, and we go into the Marriott, into the lobby, and I see him sitting on the couch in the lobby. And as soon as he sees me walk in, he stands up. And I was like, "How do you know it's me? You just what, see a brown face and just assume? Don't you know that's racial profiling?" He just laughed and we just joked about it. But he got it right off, the sense of humor. So I figured he's good. So we take him down to the theater, and we're at the Jocelyn, which is, for those
Kenny,
of
are you
you.
going to tell me when I get to talk, or?
yeah, it's on. It's on.
Oh, it's not. Well, that would have
I was
been.
working on the status.
See, the show's that much better without you talking. I know, I've seen that, and we'll talk about that second, maybe a little bit later. But we go down to the Jocelyn, and Jocelyn, I'll let you tell about the Jocelyn.
Isn't the Jocelyn beautiful?
I was going to let you tell that.
The Jocelyn is a beautiful place, but the only bad thing about it, no drinks or treats.
Well, it's so nice, that's why.
Yeah, but we're drinking.
I don't mind that.
Oh, see, you're fabulous. I had candy hidden in my purse. But it was nice. There was over, what did we count, about 150, 200 people there?
About 150, I'd say.
Yep.
Most
Yep.
of the
And
middle,
we got to dress up.
it had seating for, except me, it had seating for about 900. We
Yeah.
filled up, well, the middle section,
I heard 1,500.
whatever, there's a lot of people. We got about 150 in.
Yep.
And you told me I had to wear a suit coat and a tie,
Yes.
and I didn't.
Because did the director?
No,
Yes,
He did
Are
not.
you senile? He had
He had
on
a funky sport coat. It was like a corduroy
He had
sport
on a
coat.
sport coat.
It was corduroy.
Was it sport coat? Say the word.
It was a corduroy.
What did you have?
Had on a golf. It's probably this right here. It's a golf. This is the nice golf jacket, isn't it, Kenny?
Don't talk
Suitable
to Kenny.
for
He's
winter
trying
in the
to be
blood?
Are we still
Look,
static?
see? And I had on a nice,
That's why nobody let you up there.
and I didn't have on those brown pants that you hate.
Thank you.
So I figured that would satisfy you in
If-
terms of my apparel.
Will you promise me that if I die, you will not wear those pants?
For
tonight?
you, I'm gonna wear them, just especially for you. At least to your wake.
I'm not having one. Remember?
All right. Well, to
We're just gonna
your
burn you up
cremation.
and let me go.
We'll celebrate your life.
You can't come because it's going to be on Lakota land, and we know what happens to you poor little Omahas when you try and cross over.
Well,
into
let's
the big
finish
bad
up with
red.
Friday night. We go to Winter in the Blood. And, like I said, good crew. And afterwards, we had the question and answer with the director. And then Chosuke went up there. Oh, he didn't stay for the movie, Chosuke. Or the
He
director.
didn't?
No. He's seen
Well, I
it.
bet. Where'd they go?
They went to go get some ribs
Ah,
at the smoke pit.
yeah.
He didn't eat dinner. He went back and took a nap. But he went to go get some ribs, came back, and really nice guy.
He's a big deal.
Yeah, he took pictures with all who wanted to take pictures.
Well,
and
you know why he's a big deal? Because he was who?
Nez Perce,
No, the what werewolf? What werewolf was he?
Sam
Sam. If he wouldn't have been Sam the werewolf, no one would have known who Shasta was.
Yuli. But took pictures, shook hands, shake baby. No, he didn't shake any babies. He shook hands. He held babies. No, there wasn't.
No,
any
kiss
babies.
babies, shake hands.
Kiss
Shake hands and
babies,
kiss
shake.
babies.
But he did all of that stuff and was just very nice to everybody. Nice young. I won't say young man.
A
'cause
very-
he's getting
he's
up there.
like 38.
That's not very young.
No.
When you
well,
think,
to me,
when you think, I know to
me
you,
it is.
it'd be like a cougar, but for him, playing those young heartthrob roles, he's kind of getting up there. But
you know what? And you stop and think about all the prepubescent girls who live for that twilight and are in love with him. They're like, what, 10, 11, 12 years old?
My niece.
And he's 38.
my knees. But so afterwards, here's the funny part. Not really funny. I hope Georgiana Lee isn't listening, is she?
She's
not.
online.
Is she online? Is she listening?
I don't know. I can't tell.
I think she had her heart set on taking him and the director down to the old market, and but afterwards he was, I was going to go say goodbye to him, and he says, "Oh, aren't you taking me home?" I said, "No, I thought George to the old market and have a couple." And he goes, "Oh no, I'd rather go home, back to the hotel. I'm tired still." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'd be happy to take you back."
Question about that. When they go back to the hotel and watch movies, who pays for those movies?
I didn't look at the bill.
We don't. It went
I
straight
don't.
to the thing. We don't.
I don't know if he watched movies or just went to bed, but he said he wanted to go back to the hotel. So I went to go tell George, yeah, he doesn't want to go down. He wants to go back to the hotel. So I'm going to take him home. She's seen the look in her face.
I know. If I was young, I'd have been upset too.
She just like collapsed.
We're lucky my daughter wasn't there. She'd have fought you for it.
Well, what's funny, at least for us, is that my niece was there. One of these little Twilight, little groupies, and she came down and she told her mom when she found out that we were taking him back to the hotel. She goes, "Oh, can I go back? Can I ride with you?" And I said, "Yeah, tell your mom." So she sat in our van, got in our van. Then she was asking him Twilight questions on the way back, and he was.
I'm actually gonna have to see this.
And he was very nice and happy to answer any questions she had about that. And then when he leaves, he gets out of the hotel. My niece went when we got back to our place. She's like, "Oh, I want to sit in the seat he sat in," and I was like, "All right, go touch the
It was
seat."
the power. One of the girls in Winnebago, when I was up there the last 2 weeks, has been dying, just dying. I can't believe you won't take us down, Brenda. And Brenda was out of town, so she couldn't do it.
Is that for
All of a
Cindy?
sudden, they pull up. The gold mine.
gold mic?
And we had 2 busloads of kids from
is this the mic?
Winnebago. That was what was amazing.
All right.
So now let's talk about the actual film itself. And Kenny, can you tell me why I can't see who's online at Facebook? You know, like on the side where it usually shows that?
You have a full
Yes.
screen.
I have a full screen.
Yeah. Hit control and the minus button.
Oh,
See?
thank you.
Even I know
Whoa, Ed's techie. So
I
anyway,
am.
the movie, it didn't help. We're still static.
that. It's Cindy's
Time for
voice.
Cassie. Should we keep talking? Can you understand what we're saying?
I mean, I've been telling all those great
Should we
stories
keep
for
talking?
nothing.
It's temporary.
Is it, you know what, it's ghosts.
I wonder if it's that up there.
It's the ghosts.
Maybe we should
They're
move
messing with the
everything-
equipment.
Maybe we should move everything.
Hey, is that James Welsh still alive?
No.
Then it's his ghost.
Well, those of you that are listening, does this sound any better? No?
It doesn't.
Let's just move this thing.
Hey, can we put on one of our interviews while we're working on this? Could we share a Shasuke?
No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
You know what? They'd probably rather listen to static than us anyway.
It's not really, I mean, it's just a little background noise. It's
Yeah,
not-
it's annoying, but you can hear it.
Well, Cindy's annoying, so it's just the
Ed's
same thing.
annoying. Can hear you, but
Like
sometimes
they're
you go in
conditioned
and
for
out, it
annoying.
says.
Yeah, it's on.
It's hissy, but we can still hear you both, is what Christopher Marshall says. Okay, so anyway, let's go on with the films.
The film.
It was weird. It was good.
No, I
It was
thought
dark.
I thought the acting for the characters, they they did really well.
Did you know that one guy's a soap opera star?
No, that was on the Shouting Secrets one.
Oh, that's right. I got him
She can't-
confused because two Shasuke's.
Yeah.
And how did our brother Gary is pretty funny.
Oh, I thought Brother Gary had one of the best lines in the movie. And one of the best scenes. And I was saying this in my interview with Chasuke. It shouldn't be that funny, but it was. It was a funeral scene. Yeah, okay. So it was okay to laugh because it was at the.
Everybody did laugh.
It was a funeral scene where they're burying his grandmother,
Yeah.
and they dig like a shallow grave, and they couldn't get the wooden casket in it, and you have Gary sitting there stomping on it. That was it shouldn't be funny, but it was funny, and then
And then when you commented on it.
then he did a eulogy, and it was a grandmother who spent a whole lot of time in a rocking chair, and he was like, someone said, "You want to say something, speak for her?" He goes, okay, well, she dedicated her life to rocking." To me, that was, before the movie started, they were like, we hope you laugh, hope you cry, but there was a whole lot of crying, and then there wasn't a whole lot of laughing. But to me, like, that's pretty funny, Gary. So Gary had the funniest lines in the movie. The rest of it was
Well,
kind
it
of...
wasn't fun. I didn't even know who was real and who wasn't real in that movie.
I know, there were a lot of... maybe Cassie can enlighten us. Because, like I said, it's been a while since I actually read the book. And I guess if you read the book, it makes it a little easier to follow.
I don't know.
But then again, you'd have to be able to read a book that long, too.
It's a short little book. I have it. I gave it to Sarah to read. It is. It's just a short little... We're not... Oh, we're on there? How come I don't get us? I get something.
She's over here preoccupied with
I'm
looking at
trying
the
to figure out
computer.
what's going on with the computer.
Then we're going to be here a long time, then, if that's the case.
I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm
But some of the scenes were very dark and emotional, and I thought Chasuke did a great job in showing a full range of
He
emotion.
was dark in both shows.
He
He was a dark,
was.
angry Indian in both.
He wasn't the Sam Yuli, show your abs and that
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
no.
So he was he stretched himself.
You know who else? Now I've got the movies confused in my mind. Oh no, Michael Spears. was pretty good in that movie too, as the bad guy. The one who hit
There
him
were
in
a
the
lot of
face.
bad guys.
When he hit him in the face with that belt buckle, my head jumped back because it went straight up at the screen.
Yeah, that was.
He had a bad day, Shasuke. But that was all in his mind, right? None of it ever really happened.
No, I think a lot of it was in his mind. When he was going back. I mean, he was drunk all the time, you know. So
True.
he was going
The scene with his wife. Remember, they keep showing his wife,
Yeah.
and his wife is a very attractive native lady. That in there they made it. The hair kind of looked like glamour hair, that kind of
Twin
stuff.
Peaks. She looked kind of Twin Peaks.
Yeah, and the makeup stuff. And I'm thinking, that's not a res girl. But
And she
however,
smiled.
remember when she first spoke, and she had that res that's res girl
And
now.
teeth and bad
Yeah.
teeth.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I thought she did a
Was she
good
real?
job.
She was real, so that part of it was real.
So
'Cause
him
the
getting
big
hit in the
white
face with
guy-
the belt buckle, was that real? Because it looked pretty real on the screen.
Did he have, for the rest of the movie, didn't he have a mark on his nose? Yep, so that was real, but that white guy, the big crazy David Morse,
That was imaginary.
he was imaginary. And how about the old man? His grandfather.
grandfather, he was real.
Was
Are
he
you
real?
sure he was real?
That's what made him realize who he really was.
But are you sure he was real?
You think it was real?
Oh, I see what you're
Ah. Maybe we ought to go back and read the book.
Then maybe we should bring Gary to explain it to us.
We
because
should.
I bet he has a lot of thoughts
Okay, Brother
about it.
Gary, that's your chance, man. But you got to bring your harmonica too. Maybe a couple bass players.
Ed's not asking much. Sing, dance, and talk about your film.
And be a movie critic. But so how many fry bread?
So that was good.
Are
I
we gonna
give
rate
that one 5 fry bread. It was a good movie. It was really a good movie. And not only was it good, but all the actors in it were good.
You know what I was happy about?
You saw an R-rated movie for the first
No,
time
it
in your
wasn't.
life?
No. It was supposed to be. Apparently, they edited a lot of really bad
Well,
stuff
because
out.
at one point in the movie, he just slaps this girl. I couldn't figure out what that was all about.
I know,
then
and I
George Lee
told-
said,
and I-
I think it was when he hit bottom, and it was. the
No,
song.
and apparently that scene was much worse than. Apparently there were other scenes that were much worse than they were, and they edited a lot of stuff out. So I was happy they did that because some of the initial cuts, and we were talking to the director about this, they included some of those things, and he said he went back and edited about, what did he say, about 12, 13 minutes out of the film, and so he took a lot of that stuff out because if you notice, at the end they said that they wanted to show this in high schools and in the classroom.
Oh, so they had
to take a lot of other stuff out. Although that one scene of him hitting the girl, I think that still would.
But look at what they watch on TV now. I mean, that's mild.
It is, but still in terms of. But I was really happy that because I was
But I
thinking
was
I was
really
thinking I
sad.
was going to have to walk out.
I was really sad that girl didn't double up her fist and knock his 2 front teeth out for slap.
Remember this was set in the early 70s.
Still, she must have been. She didn't look like she was maybe a native girl. Cause you know what? She should have just doubled up her fist and knocked him off her out and kicked him out. Only she asked him if he would come back. Oh, that was sad.
And he said, "Maybe I won't."
Maybe I won't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need a discussion.
And you know what the meaning of that was?
No, what?
Because my friend Trosque told me this. We were asking him because I said, I was starting to like your character until you get up and do a ground and pound on that girl, and we go, oh yeah, that was his bottom. He's the one that told me that was to represent his bottom.
They should have made that a
And-
little more clear.
And he said,
Because did he go up from there?
no, but he said it wasn't quite sure because remember, when he threw the money at her and she said, well, maybe you can come back. And he said, maybe I won't. He said that because he wasn't sure if he, had, although it was his bottom, he wasn't sure if he wasn't going to continue on that way.
I found the scenes where he saw his dad frozen and that wine dripping out on the ice pretty powerful.
Yeah, there was, like I said, a lot of scenes like that, but it's definitely not a smoke signals kind of walk away.
It's
and
not a feel-good movie.
you walk away feeling, if you go see the movie, you'll have to think,
One of
and you're not going to walk away thinking, it's not a nice
it's
little
not.
comedy
I wish
that
I
you're
could be
gonna,
an Indian.
yeah.
One of the girls that
You
came,
go away scratching your head like, man, that was
the
pretty
sorority
deep.
gave extra credit to some of the girls that came, and one of the girls stopped in my office today, and she said, and I said, what did you think about the film? And she said, well, you know what? She said, I don't know. I went there thinking I was going to see one thing. She said, but I saw something totally different. It made it like Indians were just like other people. And I said, well, clearly we are. And she said, but she was picturing a Dances with Wolves.
It wasn't a Dances with Wolves.
No, or what's that other one with that most handsome man in the face of the earth? No,
Native
played
Honor
Charles-
Hours?
He played. He played Charles Eastman on "Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee."
Oh, Eastman. Oh,
That's-
Moses?
No,
Because he's a pretty man.
Adam Beach. Yeah.
Okay.
But she was expecting a movie like that, and when she saw that, she was just blown away.
And I think that was one of the points of the movie.
Well, I told her, I said, honey, it's a story told from a Native American viewpoint. Of course, it's a little bit different, but and it could be anybody in that movie. There's people that are alcoholics.
So are we done with Winter in the Blood?
Let's move on.
Are we going to
Till the
officially
next
rate
morning,
it, or
I gave it 5,
did you? Are you going to give it 5?
even without understanding it.
I was going to say, how can you give it 5?
Gary was so cute. How could
Oh,
you
and that's
give
another
anything
thing,
where
too.
Gary was so
Gary's
cute, less than a
performance.
5?
I think everybody did a good performance except for a couple of characters, but overall I think
What characters didn't you like?
I didn't think the mother was awesome.
Why can't I
Okay.
think of her?
All right.
Clearly, I can't even think
Cassie
of her.
said she could have done better.
Who was it? What was it? What did the mother do in that?
I don't remember her name.
Yeah.
Very blah, you know?
Maybe she was supposed to be blah.
Yeah, she's supposed to be Blah. Can you play Blah?
Really have a connection to his son.
And he wasn't her
Maybe that
son.
was part of the movie.
No, she wasn't his mom. She wasn't his mom. No, she wasn't his mom.
Maybe that's why she was Blah.
Yeah.
She didn't know who she was.
His mom left them, and that's why their dad raised them by themselves. She's an auntie.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the takeaway line from the movie had to belong to Gary. She was dedicated to rockin'.
And what did they ever put in the back of that little bear? What did they put in the bear?
Nothing.
Yeah, they said in the book, and they never told you.
It never told you.
It was unclear in the book, too. It was always
If I ever write a book, I could write a book like that. Was the book easy to understand? By the way, those are beautiful earrings.
Yeah, I think so. I think the book is really to understand it.
Well, maybe we're going to have to read the book again.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's been high school years, like
Once I
15 years
graduate
ago.
with my PhD.
No, I understood it. I thought I was a high school
No,
student.
I meant that's when I'll get to read a book again.
Well, that would be the first book you read.
You know, I read Dr. Sleep by Stephen King and slept with every light on in the house, the TV on. And
Well, the last
everywhere.
book you read was Green Eggs and Ham.
Sam, I am.
See?
So let's move on to the next day.
The next day we went to,
we were there at 8 a.m.
You were there at 8 a.m. I wasn't there at 8 a.m.
Moving pop. Thank God
Oh.
for John Free.
Oh, you want to tell the story?
Okay, so.
The Native American Studies program is the proud owner of a broken popcorn machine, thanks to Cindy.
We were moving the popcorn machine from point A to point B, and there was a little kerfuffle, and all of a sudden, bash, bam, crash. Down it goes, and I look up,
And we witnessed the
just
whole thing.
At that moment, Ed and Monica are rolling up. Ed was
Driving
you were
through.
at least laughing.
I was like, what'd she do now?
So we
Because she had that look on her
And
face
that
like,
was- I know, and that was one of the only complaints about the whole film thing. We would have loved to have popcorn. Shut the hell up.
yeah, John Papan said that.
Shut the hell up.
No, don't go there.
Don't go there. Cindy will kill you.
But I think ITSC overestimated the amount of pop
Well,
people would
but
drink.
I called up this morning, and we can sell that pop till 2019 if we want to.
Okay, sounds good. We will be.
We will be.
2019, we'll be
Kathy
selling
got to
pop.
see-
And now, once we get that
And
machine
Chris
fixed, we're gonna
Marshall.
sell popcorn.
And Chris Marshall's film coming up.
We're gonna be selling
Oh,
popcorn. and
that's
pop.
not for us to talk about. That's in Cassie's corner.
Oh,
We can't
okay.
be talking
No, we
about
can't do that,
upcoming
okay.
events. Don't.
But Saturday,
don't rain on her
after
parade.
we or Cindy breaks the popcorn machine,
We did have plenty of pop and candy though.
we had the morning was children's films. Were
And
they
I didn't get
children's
to
films?
see those. Did you get to see the kids' films?
No, my grandkids
Kathy
showed
did.
up.
We were all very short. I think some of them were funny, most of them were
Can
funny.
I ask you a
And it had to
question?
do with healthy eating, most of them.
Can I ask
And
you
they
a
were
question?
also subtitles in
See,
that.
that's it.
English,
Do you-
so-
would Baby Girl have been happier seeing Brother Bear? See, if we do next year, subtitles for kids? I mean, really, that's just crazy. That's crazy talk. Just crazy talk.
However,
You know
however,
what? Why not Brother Bear? Unless the Disney title shows is huge cost to show. But if we're gonna do kids, we
Licensing
gotta-
rights,
Why didn't we
licensing
show
rights.
Bernstein Bears in Lakota if we're gonna do something like that? I mean, Navajo's great, but there were probably
licensing rights fees,
for the
we don't,
Bernstein
yeah.
Bears.
Yeah, those are all corporate owned.
I thought
Cartoons.
they're on YouTube.
Well, maybe we should do the YouTube screens with them. Yeah, we find out, then we'll get sued. But
I don't
we
think
had
that many people are paying attention to our.
we had a pretty good representation of kids show up. We had a busload from Winnebago show up.
Yes, and they stayed in the hotel
The whole
overnight
weekend,
so they
yeah.
could be here the next day. I was thrilled. The girls from the Intertribal Student Council in Lincoln came up to show their support. I thought that was really special too. The community came out in large numbers to show their support. It was really a good day. It ended up only costing us about $250 per person. I'm kidding. Oh,
Don't-
that made me laugh.
Don't remind me.
I've been waiting all day for that one.
But we had some very good films.
We really
had-
did.
we
I
had,
didn't see the uranium mining one either.
I saw that one, and that was, you saw that one, Kenny? I was actually, I didn't think, was it Yellow Fever? I didn't think I was going to like that, because, uranium mines, big deal. But it was very interesting. I was, it made me think, I wonder how many people, didn't come to that because they're thinking, uranium, but it was actually well made and very insightful, and it wasn't boring. Yeah, so it was, Kenny, bored? No, you weren't bored, right? So I'd have to give that one, I was initially thinking, who'd give Fry Bread for that? But I come away thinking that was about a 4 on the Fry Bread meter. It was a good film. You didn't see it though, did you?
I was so,
Okay.
you know
What's
what I
that?
was doing while,
Brady
know what
gave
I
it a
was-
4? 4 out
you
of
know what I
5?
was doing while everybody else
You know
was
what, then I'm gonna
enjoying
give it a
the movie?
4.2 Fry
Selling
Bread then.
concessions. I spent my weekend at the concession booth.
Very good.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Me and poor Gretchen.
I'd agree with you. I'd give it a 4.2 or a 4.3.
Yeah, if Brady gave it a 4, I'm gonna give it a 4.2, 4.3.
Well, and you know what? Before we go on to the evening, it's time to take a little break and bring in Miss Cassandra Carroll and her, what is the name?
We
of
have
her?
2 minutes.
What is the name of hers?
You just need to smoke really bad, don't you?
Actually, I need to use the lady's name even worse. I've had a lot.
All right. Well,
Foreigner.
someone remind me. We're gonna
Warner.
start on. We'll start on with Mr. Marshall's film
Exactly.
when we get back.
Because that's what they wanted. They wanted plenty of time to see it. And maybe we could even show an excerpt of his.
No, we can't do that now, Tim. No, that's we. No, well,
Okay,
we'll just tell you to link them
before
up to on Native Honor
No,
Hour.
before Cassie, he would like a few minutes to fix the static.
Okay. Well, we're gonna
So
take
we'll
like
be
a
taking a
2-minute break and 3 or so, and when we get back, Cassie will be back with her segment of Native
She's
Honor
got
Hours.
enough flyers in there. We could be here till 7
I know. I'm
tonight.
gonna have my Snickeroo or whatever it's called.
And now for the best part of the show, Cassie's Corner. And we have a lot of things to go over in the month of November. So here we go. Friday, November the 8th at 6:30,
Octa King will be doing an applique class, and she will be doing this at Rebecca's Indian Trading Post, which is located in Bellevue. On November the 9th, Saturday, is our Circle of Grandmothers, and that begins at 12 o'clock here at the UNO building, Milo Balos Student Center building. We will be raffling a turkey, so grandmothers, please come out for that. Also on that, let's see, on that same evening at 7, no, I'm sorry. Okay, let's go now to November 15th. November 15th on Friday is going to be called, or it is being called, Rock Your Mock, and it's a Native identity movement. So we're encouraging everyone to wear their moccasins on that day. Also on the same day at 7 o'clock in the evening, through the NICE program, through the Omaha Public School System, they will be showing their film festival at Jocelyn at 7 o'clock. So come out and support the NICE program through OPS. Wear your moccasins for Rock Your Mock Indian Movement Identity Day, okay? On November 18th, Monday in the evening, they will be showing the film Indian Relay on PBS, and I believe that's at 10 o'clock in the evening, or it could be 9 o'clock Central Time, I'm not sure. But it's a very, very interesting documentary on the relay horse races that they do up north. I believe that's up somewhere in South or North Dakota, but it's amazing, those relay races. So tune in on that if you can on PBS Monday evening at 10 o'clock. Tuesday, November the 7th, we'll be showing Chris Marshall's film or documentary, 40 Years Celebrating Wounded Knee, and that will be shown here at the UNO Milo Balos Student Center. And I believe that starts at, let's see, and I'll read just a brief thing on that. It's been 40 years since the 71-day occupation at Wounded Knee by the American Indian Movement. In February 2013, the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation hosted a week-long celebration to commemorate the event. Celebrating Wounded Knee chronicles that week. An inside perspective is expressed on film from the individuals who were there that collectively sought to bring issues facing indigenous people into the mainstream conscientious. This documentary includes interviews with AIM members past and present. And after the film, there will be a question and answer session with the director, Chris Marshall. And this screening is free and open to the public and will take place in the ballroom, second floor of the Milo Balos Student Center. Okay.
And there will be concessions for sale.
And there will be concessions for sale. Okay. Let's see. On Wednesday, November 20th at 6 o'clock p.m., we will be having our Native Book Club meeting at the Village Inn on 78th and Dodge. Our book that we're reading is Spider Woman's Daughter by Ann Hillerman, and it's a mystery thriller. So please join us if you want. And once again, the book is Spider Woman's Daughter by Ann Hillerman, and that's what we'll be discussing. And that's Wednesday, November 20th at the Village Inn. Then again on November 22nd, Octa King will be doing 2 classes, one on November the 8th, and then a second class on November the 22nd. And that will also be at Rebecca's Indian Trading Post at 6:30. So try and make one or both of those classes. Let's see. Okay. And I know we'll be talking more about this, but our Indian Market Holiday Bazaar is also coming up, but that is December 7th. So if you're going to participate and set up a booth or a table, contact Cindy Krafka and work on your jewelry or your shawls or whatever it is that you want to sell. There will also be baked items for sale. So contact Cindy Krafka if you want any more information.
We'll put a link up on the Honor Hours Native Radio Show.
Yes, and there will be a link on the Native Honors Hours.
That's the worst name for a show ever.
Native Honor Hours show. And one thing I just wanted to say on a personal matter is, I know Thanksgiving is this month and it's on November the 28th, and I am thankful for many things in my life. But at this particular time of the year, I always remember my relatives that were in a couple massacres during that time. November 27th, 1868 was the Washita massacre, where my 5 times great-grandfather was killed, Chief Black Kettle. And also November 29th, 1864 was the Sand Creek massacre, where 103 of our people, including women and children, were killed. So that time of year is also a very memorable time to me, and I try to remember my ancestors and my descendants at that time. So I think I mentioned everything, but there is a lot happening in the month of November. So try and attend as many Native American events as you can. Okay, bye.
Thank you very much, Miss Cassie.
You know what the best part of that was?
We get to eat.
No, we get to eat, but not only that, but we're not in charge of any more events.
Yeah, we are. Chris Marshall.
I'm not in charge of that.
Market.
Yeah.
I'm not in charge of that.
I should say I'm not in charge of it anymore.
Exactly.
That was the best part
We
of all
got
that.
3 more events to go. Well, yeah, you are.
3?
The honoring.
That's in December, though.
So is the Indian market. That's 3 weeks away.
It's not very far away.
Not very far away at all.
I thought we weren't going to do anything anymore.
We can't say
I
no.
thought we were going to take a break.
We can't say no. I just spit on national TV. I just spit on international TV.
She spits it everywhere.
Wow, a lot of people are coming to Chris Marshall's Wounded Knee
I
thing.
think a lot of people are coming to
We've
that.
already got, just on my invitation alone, 21 people are coming. We are having, Facebook is a major power tool in passing things along. Well, I would like to once again stress, if you'd like to have a vendor's table, they're $25 per table, and that money goes to Intertribal Student Council to help offset the 300 extra cans of pop we have left. Intertribal Student Council will be selling.
You know
pop
what?
for
You're
a
not
while.
even exaggerating.
No.
It's maybe even before 500
No.
cans.
When I wheeled that, when Tarika came to work Monday morning, there was a broken popcorn machine and a flatbed pull thing full of pop.
It was. You have a lot of pop to sell.
Yeah, we do.
You know what I think we did?
Maybe we should have a vlog and get sponsors to buy cans of pop.
I think we figured it
Contribution.
12 packs instead of, I think we thought 12, when we thought
Meant a
we thought
case.
12 pack.
Go crazy.
I think, and plus we were beating.
You
know
go
what
like,
happens when
you have like 10 times the pop that we needed. But good thing it doesn't spoil till 2020.
Yeah. And I called the university this morning and I said,
2020?
just so you know, we bought way too much pop. Can we sell it forever? And she said, yes. If anybody gives you a deal, just send them to Sharon Larson. I was like, thank you.
All right. Well, we left off on Saturday?
Yes, at
You know-
one of the best movies of the whole film.
Well, I had a little bump in the road there. One of our actors, talent, didn't get on the plane.
No,
It was,
No, he did
what,
not
Zach
make it.
Rock?
Zach Rock.
Yeah, Zach
Guess
Rock.
what? Sorry, you're not.
If you're
coming
out
back
there,
next year,
you
babe.
missed. We'll never hear from you again.
Well, his film Indian Relay is going to be shown on PBS.
Well, and the good news is
Yeah,
we
but-
didn't have to pay for him or his hotel room.
No, but we
still
had to pay
played
for his
flight,
airplane flight that we
which
were
I
out
called,
of.
and no.
We're out.
There, yeah,
So he cost us $500
at least.
at least.
Where was he coming from?
Montana, I think.
Wow, God.
So that was a little blip, and I kind of didn't watch that film just in protest because he didn't show up.
I didn't watch that film either because
It was very,
once
very
again.
good.
Was it good?
Yes.
Okay, how many
Once
fry bread
again.
did you give it?
I'd give it at least a 4. First of all, it was something I never
yeah.
even know existed. And
And
it was
watch-
exciting. It was exciting and scary.
I got to
And
watch
thrilling.
part of it. The way they ride is the way we were taught to ride when we were.
What do you mean we?
Well, me and my family.
I was taught to get on that little horse in
If
front of the
my
grocery
sister is
store
listening,
where you
Mark-
put like a
Yeah,
penny in.
quarter in. It's a
If
quarter
my
now, Ed.
sister
You're
was
like this.
listening.
This is how we rode a horse when I was a little kid.
See, my great uncle Joe Badwan had a string of rodeo ponies and rodeo steers and cattle, and we were raised our whole lives with horses. And we did the bareback, just the bridle and nothing else. And you rode that horse bareback. It is the biggest rush in the world to be running
My
across,
computer's froze.
to be running across the
I'm not listening to you.
prairie free. It's amazing. It is amazing.
Well, this is a relay.
Yeah, but we're not talking about
But
that
the way
because he
they
didn't
get
show.
up and jump on,
Yeah.
on that horse and take off. Oh, it was still a
Officially,
It was
there's
still a
no.
good film, though.
Yeah, well, anyway,
He wasn't
But-
the only one
but-
in the film.
But the next one, or was that one before that? We showed Chris Marshall.
I brought the roster breakdown.
What do you say?
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, we had Chris Marshall.
Chris Marshall, 40 years, celebrating Wounded Knee. The reason we are
Cindy cried.
showing it is
We're the executive.
we did not in any way, shape, or form have any control over what was going on.
They
in
wouldn't
the
let
film.
us.
No, and they scheduled Shasky Spencer against Chris Marshall, which really upset me.
His
Because I knew it was gonna hit.
no, his acting
I knew
workshop.
It was gonna hit. I knew it was gonna hit Chris, so that's why he gets the extra night, but that was a really good film, didn't you
You
think?
cried.
Oh, of course I cried. Man, I wanted to put my arm up.
Sometime mention that.
I was ready to
okay?
make
I
the
forgot
walk.
to mention that.
Oh, for Cassie's over here. Gore Dance.
It's in Lincoln.
In
Lincoln.
Veterans
All
Day.
right, November 11th.
We have to work.
There's
There
a
we
lot
go.
of people that will be
Do you
going to
believe
that.
we have
Okay.
to work? Do you believe we have to work on Veterans Day?
It didn't surprise me. But back to Chris
I wanted
Marshall.
to stay home and bead and support my
Back to
veterans.
Chris Marshall.
That, seeing all those people back together.
You know, that earned 5 fry bread just
Yeah.
because my name was in there.
Oh my God, yes. Ed and I are prominently named as
Executive producer.
producers.
I'm putting that on my resume.
Whoa.
I am too. Hey, I'm
Darn
executive
straight.
produced a film.
Yep.
So
we-
what
we-
executive
we did
producer
squat.
means is writing the check and getting
And
the
saying,
room.
hey, why don't we let them go up there and do that?
Yeah,
But we did that.
and it was an amazing. Chris Marshall is really an up and coming film.
And for those of you that want to, get an in-depth, what is it, in-depth
In-depth interview.
interview? I don't know if it's in-depth.
It was.
It was
all
an
for
interview.
you.
It was just a very enjoyable interview.
It was an enjoy
Thank
with
Ooh, Monica
with
is just
Arthur,
all- oh,
with
oh,
Arthur
I
running
know.
around and
Oh, their little
trying to stay
boy.
focused.
I swear to God, their little boy is the cutest little boy in.
But do we have that
He's
link,
alive.
Kenny, to honor Indians? We should. Native Honor Hours. We should have it linked, and we're hoping that it goes viral. Our interviews. I think we had
I think a
about,
lot of people.
30. I think we're up to 30 on those.
Wow.
So if you would, those 6 or 7, share
I would like to
those.
figure out a way that we could at least show one of them each on our shows.
That's asking too much.
Kenny can do it. Kenny can do it. Don't make us call powers up here, Kenny.
But we had a chance to interview Chris and Chasky.
I couldn't interview Shasky.
You know, that was one of my better interviews.
You
You weren't
big,
there.
gigantic ass.
What?
I watched that interview, and once again, do you always
What did I
have
do?
to say? Do you always have to say I'm in the federal pen? Just-
What'd you just call me?
You big gigantic ass. Do you always have to say? Sarah and I were watching it, and I said, "What did he just say?" We rewinded it, of course, and I said, "That big giant ass."
And she stuck up for me.
She says he does it every time. I don't know why you're surprised.
Yeah,
I tell
see?
the people I'm in the. Pretty soon, someone's gonna believe it.
Chasky did.
If Dr. Ship calls me in and asks me what's going on with me in the federal government, you are in big trouble, buddy.
He said, she really get picked up? I said, yeah, all the time. No, he didn't. Look at her. He did. He was
He was
laughing,
sitting there
wasn't he?
laughing.
Yeah, he was.
It's the most moving, this movie Oh, wait, we haven't moved, are we done with Chris Marshall?
No, are you done talking about the film?
We're re-showing it, November 19th, please come. It is, you will be very moved that we survived what we have survived and still are here
You know,
today.
for me, you know what the
You know
coolest
what
part
I
was?
will say, though?
What?
Donnell definitely aged well compared to some of the rest of them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Clyde Bellacourt, I would have at one point been one of his harem. And I looked at him and I thought, well, boy, I dodged a bullet on that one.
You know what was one of the best parts for me,
What?
besides seeing my name up there on the screen?
What?
Afterwards, the question and answer, Donnell just gets up there and takes
I
over.
was really happy.
Donnell, when we first did this, he's like, you want to, get up there and talk or, express your thoughts or anything? He's like, no, don't do that. Man, after the movie, he jumps up there and he's, man, he just took over.
Well,
I think he just got into it.
part of the power of that movie is the power of place. When I
Power
watched-
of what?
Power of place. When I watched that movie, I was home. That's where I was when I was a little girl. That's our homeland. And that makes that kind of movie so much more powerful because that same doorway to nothing, we called it, is still there. I mean, it's the power of place. That's our homeland. And it's amazing to see
You
the
can
people
keep
that,
it.
well, that's pretty much what everybody says, but, eventually, I'm gonna have 10 acres up there. I'm going to have a place back home. I really want one.
Well, so we done with that? Well, I think both of us know what we're going to give it just because our names are on it.
No, I give it above and beyond my fry bread count. I give it the highest ratings because,
Well, that would be 5.
well, but I would like to give it 6. I would like to go above and beyond.
You can't go. and get-
No, we can't do
It has to
that.
be
Okay,
1 to
5.
5.
See, right, Kathy? You can't do
Chris,
that.
if you're listening, I tried to give you 6 stars and a 6
Maybe fry bread with some, like an Indian taco on it. The fifth fry bread has hamburger and
He
cheese on
gets
it.
5 Navajo fry bread.
What do you mean Navajo? What are you talking about?
Their fry bread is excellent.
And it's that
And
No.
it's big.
No, it's thin though. It's just,
Yeah, but it's big.
it's just,
perfect for
yeah, it's
Indian
this
tacos.
close away from a
But
tortilla.
it's perfect for Indian tacos.
No. Let's not even go there. I'm surprised you would even turn your back on the Plains Indians fry bread.
I'm just saying.
I'm disappointed in
Since
you.
it was Chris Marshall's and he's a Navajo, I'm giving him 5 Navajo fry bread.
But he's in the Midwest. He's in the Plains. He's got to
Chris, you're
assimilate.
gonna have to make me some fry bread so Ed can see.
Yeah, I would. Let's bring it on. Let's see which one's the best. But that's
Cassie
another movie
makes-
at another
Cassie
time.
makes Cheyenne.
Cheyenne style.
Oh, Cheyenne fry bread is that little bitty one, huh? This little
No,
tiny
I make
thing.
them little, but I
They're
can
like
make 'em.
biscuits, biscuit fry breads, with some gravy on top. Though, man, but that would mean cowboy bread.
Kabubu bread.
Yeah, we is cowboy bread. We were
For us, it was
assimilated.
kabubu.
But moving on to the next movie that I want to talk about. Was there any other ones after that?
Nope, short films. They
Short
played
film,
a couple
short film.
1491s.
The 1491s were okay. They were fine. No, those were funny. But the one I want to
Didn't
get.
watch 'em.
I didn't see
Oh,
'em.
we didn't talk about Shouting Secrets.
Let's
Because
see.
that's the last movie.
That
of
would be the
night. We're
next
just
one. Yeah, we didn't get
getting
into Sunday yet.
there. No, Shouting Secrets was Saturday night.
I know. I was
the end.
blurring Saturday and Sunday together
It was a long.
because I wanted to talk about
Saturday was a long,
the Thompson brothers.
I had to
It
leave
was.
early.
long day.
But the evening we ended up with Shouting Secrets with
Another dark
Shasky.
movie.
It wasn't.
It was about it was about death.
It wasn't as dark as Winter in the Blood.
No. And it had the most handsome native man on the face of the earth, Gil, whatever his name was.
Gil
Dad.
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
You think he's prettier than Shasky?
Oh, yeah.
You think he's better than Adam Beach?
Okay,
No.
let's not get crazy.
You the one that said
But
that.
he's 60, so he's kind of, him and Gary are in that age range where if we're going to be groupies for anybody, we're going to have to go that way.
Him and Gary. What do you?
They're both equally fine,
Gil,
handsome
Gil.
men.
Cassie snorted. I'm assuming that you'd take Gary in a heartbeat.
You know, a tattoo cardinal.
Someone go pick Cassie up over there.
Okay, Gary.
Bro, when you come up here, you got groupies waiting for you, man. Well, you already know that.
Last time he was up here, it was
It made
our
me
good
vomit.
friend Myrna Red Owl's one of her last real big events out, and the grandmothers.
Oh, you guys were,
Fun at that concert.
I was,
You remember that night?
I was embarrassed by you old women.
Because we wanted to throw our granny panties at Farmer.
Not this granny.
We were, Alon was dancing, Alon was doing a little
She's
chair
the one that
dancing.
started it.
Oh, she-
You know, I'm glad we brought Gary just for the women that were sitting there.
Oh, we had fun.
If it was just for those 5 or 6 women that were sitting there,
If you would've
whatever
gotten-
money we spent was worth it.
If you would have gotten up and sang with him, what song did he want you to sing?
Tulsa time.
Living on Tulsa Time.
Yeah.
Living on Tulsa Time. You could have done it.
I know I could have done it, but I would have had to have learned it.
Well, let's learn it next time, just in case, because if you would have gotten up there and started to sing, and the old women would have danced.
Well, Gary, we're gonna have to come up with a duet, man. I bet it'll go viral. You know, because I
bet.
can sing a little bit.
Is there anything you can't do?
Nothing.
I didn't think so.
I can produce movies. I
Yeah,
can
put on film festivals.
put on film
Buy
festivals.
popcorn machines.
Yeah.
Repair old ones.
But Shouting Secrets. Shall we finish?
Wow.
That was I enjoyed that movie.
You know what it was? It was the truth about what happens when someone dies. The best and the worst come out in people.
I enjoyed one of my relatives, Rodney Grant, was in that movie.
I didn't recognize him.
Dancing with Terror.
He was the uncle.
And he was the chief that came in and gave her a blessing and took $5 from that one white kid to get coffee.
And said a couple of funny lines.
He was fun. He was a comedic role at the front.
He's aged quite a bit, hasn't
Oh my goodness, I didn't recognize him at all.
He wasn't winding his hair.
he? No.
You shall always be
Be my friend.
Because that's what all the Indians.
But it was like a 5-minute comedic role. He was like and I turned over to George. I was sitting next to George. Says, "George, is that Rodney Grant?" She goes, "I don't know who's that." So she's kind of like, "I don't know." And then I saw the credits, and it was Rodney.
I couldn't believe it when you told me that. I wouldn't have recognized him for the Man in the Moon.
But it was a really nice cast. It was that Gil Birmingham, Rodney Grant, Cardinal Tantu.
Cardinal Tantu. I'm doing good today.
She had a tough acting role, didn't she?
It's hard to lay there and not move. Have you ever tried?
Yeah,
You
but
can't twitch, you can't move, you can't do nothing. You have to just lay there.
I know, but still.
You know what? She looked like my mom. She bears a very strong resemblance to my mother. And watching her lay on that, every time they played Amazing Grace, I bawled. That movie was one big bawl fest.
She
And
couldn't
then
do the
Ed,
interview.
Halfway through getting close to the end after I've been bawling mascara under thing, Ed tiptoes up and he goes, "We're gonna do the radio show, come on." So I walk out there, I had been bawling, I saw what I looked like in the mirror, I was like, no, I can't do this. I said, I had to see how the movie ended. You know what? One other thing, back to the very first movie, because I'm an Indian and we're gonna make it circular because it's a Shaske movie. I waited that whole movie to find out how his little brother died, didn't you?
What
I
little
thought-
brother?
Well, I already knew, but
And remember
But I
his big brother?
Oh, yeah,
I mean.
but-
that was all
his
part
brother.
leading up to it.
Yeah.
He got hit by a car.
Yeah.
Oh, we gave it away, didn't we?
But that's what I
And while we're at it, Tantu Cardinal, she dies too at the end.
Well, you know what though? Did you know that Shaske's brother is a famous soap opera actor?
In Shouting Secrets.
Yes.
In the movie Shouting Secrets.
And he is a good-looking young
Yeah,
man.
he's in General Hospital.
Too bad he made out with a high school girl in the movie. Too bad that was his role. High school girl kisser.
Well, I mean, everybody had. That's part of the movie.
Yep.
Every family has,
Secrets. Shouting
we're
secrets.
subject
We all
to
have secrets. And
we're
they didn't
subject
know
to our
that
human foibles and.
when the dad got
Do you like
mad-
that word, foibles?
Foibles, I do.
Do you?
When the dad got mad and started
Foibles,
to say,
Kenny.
"You want to know the truth about your mother? You blame this all on me." The entire audience went, "Oh."
You know who he looks like, kind of? A young Marlon Brando.
Yes. What is his name?
Gil Birmingham.
Tyler
Christopher.
Christopher was the young
Very nice looking.
young man. He was a very nice
Yeah.
looking young
Like a
man.
young Marlon Brando.
He really does.
Very handsome.
Who said Marlon Brando was one of their big? was waiting
Chaskey.
for you to say, come see.
I
me
did
there."
I was gonna say on Sunday when I took him to the airport. But yeah, you mentioned Marlon Brown. You want to buy my house? You can. I
Yeah,
didn't
he
say
mentioned him at the
Yeah.
workshop, the acting workshop.
that. So
Tell him you think Marlon's spirit's still there, could help him
It
get
is.
some roles. Is it?
it is.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
No.
See? And I believed him. Cassie.
He also liked James Dean. He
Yeah,
was
who
influenced by
didn't?
James Dean.
Who didn't like James?
Shall we finish with Shouting Secrets?
Yes.
No, but it
I
was.
guess he put you in your place, Cassie.
Who did?
You did. You just basically
That's
said,
okay.
shut up and sit down, old woman.
No, to
I'm too
you.
busy. No, you didn't. You said it to Cassie. I was
No,
quiet.
we after the movie we had a nice Q&A
Yes.
and it was great.
And then you took him back to the hotel and we stayed.
No, we
cleaned up.
presented him with the blanket
Oh, that's because and a shirt.
and a shirt. Yeah. So hopefully he'll be
Thank God,
representing
unlike your brother, we had one to fit.
sporting. Actually, it was a medium. All we
He's
had left was
tiny.
mediums.
But it probably
He's a skinny.
short.
I was thinking he can probably fit it chest-wise, but
He's never going to wear
lengthwise.
it anyway.
That's what I was thinking. But I thought it'd be a nice gesture.
It was.
Maybe he'd give it
And
to
we
his
got to
woman.
get rid of those old shirts.
Yeah, we do.
I
So
don't think
we-
either of you went to the workshop, but he was very,
No,
very.
yeah.
Oh,
How
do you
was
want
it?
to? Do you want to fill us in on the
He
workshop?
he was very, very motivational for the kids there. And what he stressed was how hard it is to attain your dreams, and you have to work for them. And I think that was so important. That was his message. You can attain anything you want, but you have to work really hard for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's good for the
He was
kids
a
to hear
very
that.
uplifting young man.
Yes.
I was really
It was
pleased.
just
to meet
pleasant. He was a
Yes.
nice guy.
him.
Just
He wasn't affected.
no.
He wasn't affected, or is it affected in that case? He wasn't
He
affected.
was not affected.
He wasn't
but
tainted.
That was
But he was effective in his motivation.
He wasn't tainted by his fame.
No.
And the nicest guy.
In the
but
world.
In the world. Well, not in the world.
Well,
Because I've met nicer guys.
In the,
I have. They've been nice, but not saying he wasn't nice. He was a great guy.
very good.
and he was easy. He was an easy guest.
Yes.
Oh, and I just wanted to mention real quick, I asked him what happened to Johnny Depp in The Lone Ranger, and he said he actually enjoyed the movie, and the problem with that movie was the script.
And Johnny.
No, the script.
Oh, he said he
had no-
enjoyed.
Friends of
He
Jo-
did not
with
have a
Johnny.
problem with Johnny Depp. But
Maybe he did drugs with him, too.
He said it was the script.
Look at your face.
I don't care.
I don't think Chaskey would do that.
You know what? I'm glad he didn't do
I'm glad an
Johnny.
Indian didn't do Tonto.
Then the movie should not have been made.
Yeah.
This shouldn't have been made.
So anyway, that's.
Should we do our own version of the Lone Ranger and Tonto? I get to be Tonto. Kenny, we'll do a short.
No, that's
We'll do
a
what?
that's a 1491 movie.
Except I
Yeah,
don't think I
that's a
can.
1491.
We could be the 310s, our age
By
put
the way, I
together.
enjoyed those shorts.
Did you? They're usually pretty funny.
All right, so shall we finish? Shall we need a couple more movies here?
Go for it.
So I took my bro Chaskey back to the airport.
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
and
for
he
doing that
committed to
for
come
me.
back.
I know.
If you watch we'll post the interview. If you watch that, he commits to come back, and he's doing some other
A
movies.
secret.
No,
He's doing
no,
a new
and
movie.
He said he couldn't talk about
He
it.
couldn't talk about
he
it.
talked to us about it.
And a very
Then
well-known
don't say
celebrity.
anything about it on the
Told
radio.
you who he's acting with in
Yeah.
his
Don't say
next
anything on the
movie?
radio. Don't say anything on the radio.
I'm not gonna. No, I can't. He told me not to.
Oh, you
Did
know
he
you're
tell us
gonna
not
tell
to?
us.
He did.
Yeah, I don't think he told us anything that he couldn't tell us, but he didn't say anything that he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, he didn't.
So
So
He
you're
didn't
gonna have to
mention who
tell
the
us.
celebrity was that he's in the movie with. He knows.
But we won't mention it. But that was
moving
so
on.
we get him to the airport, and he commits to come back. He's going to have a new release coming up here, and hopefully our next film festival will bring that back and bring
Well,
it
and
here.
meantime, while his movie's on, you go and get possibly one of my favorite guests for the entire film festival, Jeremy Thompson.
Oh yeah, I get the Jeremy
And he comes back to just hang out. What a perfectly delightful young man.
and his brother too.
And his brother. one too.
Well, we didn't get to meet his brother that night. His
I
brother
know.
didn't come to.
Yeah, he
his
didn't
brother
come the
was
next day.
cuter.
Hana?
Yeah, I thought Hana
Did
was
you?
cuter. The girls all disagreed with me,
Did
but
they?
me and my daughter thought Hana was cuter.
All right. I thought they were both
What did you
very
see?
attractive
Very
young men.
attractive. Both.
I think you'll be surprised to know he's my friend on Facebook,
Who is?
Jeremy.
Is he?
Yes, you should see the poster of him.
I know it's pretty cool.
You know what? And Shaska, here's what surprised me.
You know what? I should, let me
Let
say
me
this.
just keep going for
Okay.
1 minute, though. Here's what really surprised me. I thought the girls would lose their mind over Shaska. It wasn't. It was the Thompson
It was
twins.
the Thompson
The
twins.
girls.
They're not twins.
Or those
No,
boys.
they're not.
The
That's
girls
right.
lost their mind. Even Tarika. We took them out to lunch at the Scott house, and we walked out, and Tarika, we met Tarika, and she looked at him, she goes, "You are just good looking."
That's because they're younger.
Yeah.
They're more.
They're like, what, 26?
25, 26.
25,
Well, you know
26?
what is so handsome about them, too, is their attitude. They're
Yes.
just nice
I think
young
that
men.
is what radiated from them.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw
Isn't
the
that a
Facebook
nice
page. Yeah.
picture?
You know what though? That really doesn't. That's not
Because
his
that doesn't
personality.
capture his
It makes
personality.
it, they are funny. Oh, and they enjoyed you. We took
They
them
have.
out
They,
to
they,
dinner.
they're just. That makes it appear like he's stoic.
You
He's
should've-
far from stoic.
I wish the people could have seen his face when you told him he could have dessert. You made
What?
their whole night
What?
at DJ's after the movie when we took them out to dinner. The time.
Yeah.
Well, that's our ending. We should probably talk about.
Okay, we're running out of time here, but who cares? This is what we have the room till what 6?
I have to be back at work at 5.
By what?
You have to be back.
Okay.
Oh,
Kenny's gonna boot us out like security was down at Johnson's. Better hurry.
You're 20
You did-
minutes.
How about me Saturday
20
night?
Okay, let's stay focused. Stay
Okay.
focused.
Hey, we can do Sunday next show.
No, it'll be gone by then. Our members
Okay.
will be gone.
I can remember things for 2 weeks, Ed. I don't know about you, but I can.
No,
And if I
me.
forget, Cassie.
Not me.
No, I won't remember.
Focus,
Okay, back-
focus.
If I write it down.
Back to
We
the
brought
Thompson brothers.
Jeremy, the Thompson brothers that are in the movie Medicine
Before-
Game.
On Saturday, on Sunday, we had Standing Bear's Footsteps.
No, but let me finish up on
Well, I'm getting that
Jeremy.
out of the way, and then you can go straight to the Thompson brothers.
We
and
had
stay there.
Standing Bear's Footsteps. Everybody's seen that.
It was
No
not a
offense,
good
and I think
choice.
Princella knows that, but that's been out for like 3 years. It's been
And
played
it's-
forever around here.
In many, many showings. We should not have had it at the film festival.
But we
because literally
did,
5
and
people-
you know that's all we're gonna say about that.
That's all.
No offense to Princella,
No,
but it was a
none,
great
none.
movie. It got its run. It all kinds of accolades, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But we showed it, but we went into. Let me get back to Jeremy on Saturday
ahead, do it.
because that's another one of the interviews we did on Saturday night.
Yeah.
He agreed to
Oh,
interview
he
for the
was-
show.
I enjoyed that one too, even.
So he's just a nice. They're just nice kids.
They're kids.
Yeah.
That's what they are. And you know what I liked about them in the movie, which is their life story from the time they're about, what, 10?
No, it was a
Even
junior in
younger?
high
Junior
school.
high.
But it goes back, and it shows films of them when they were little and stuff.
Yeah.
What I liked about them is they both had to go to a junior college before they could go to a 4-year institution, which I would say 80 to 85% of the kids I recruit have to do that first.
You know what
And
point-
I liked that they made, Cindy's talking, Ed's turn next. And then the point where Jeremy told about his trials with drugs and alcohol and how he took care of it and how he turned around his life. These kids don't see enough of those kind of stories. They see stories for people who have never had problems in their life. That's not who these kids are. These kids have all faced a lot of the same issues, and that's why I think the Winnebago kids and a lot of the students really identified more with them than with Shaske, because those young men were real. They were real about who they are and where they came from, and that really resounded with the kids.
Can I speak now?
You may.
You want to know my thoughts on why they were able to do that? Their parents. They came from a strong
Wonderful parents.
mom and dad who
Yeah.
did everything with them,
Yeah.
and if you remember,
But
Jeremy, when he went through all of those, it was because he said he says he knew he let his
a
family
caveat
down.
emptor here too. It's not these kids' fault that they don't have parents.
I'm
They
not-
still need to see role models like that, and you can't say. You can't.
Did
say- you can't-
did I try to
I know,
cut
but-
them down?
No, but when we say stuff like that, we're saying the rest of you that don't have good parents, that's why you don't turn out well.
Did I say that?
No,
I don't
but-
think
but-
so,
but
Cindy.
it's a
Well,
thought
he was just
process.
giving him the parents.
I'm trying
I
to
know,
I'm
but-
trying to encourage to let parents know.
But with or without parents, the realness is what attracted those kids.
Yes, but I think that was in large part because of how they were raised by their parents. Because if you recall in the film, Jeremy talks about, one of the motivating factors was how he let his family down, and he was raised not to do that. But anyway, let me finish up with them. Medicine Game was a great. I gave it. It's up there with.
Hey, where is my copy of that for Intertribal?
It's in our house.
You're gonna have to give that back to me.
Listen to her.
That's Intertribal Student Council's copy.
I lent my copy to Valerie Kilsgrove because she's thinking of maybe bringing it to her students in Lincoln.
Medicine Game. If you don't get a chance to see that, you should.
Yes.
It's
We're bringing it back in April.
starring the Thompson brothers, Jeremy and Jerome, or Jerome is known as Hana.
Hana.
I like that name.
Yeah,
That's his
Hana.
Indian name. Hana.
His
And
Indian
you know
name.
what else was good about them? They were both happily married. They were both fathers. They were both incredibly proud of their children. They were that was a high five. They were amazing young men.
Yeah, they were. And afterwards I took them out to brunch, I guess, on Sunday, and that was the first time I picked them up at the airport.
Loved Perkins.
Oh yeah, they did.
They loved Perkins.
They loved
Hana would have
Perkins.
gone back there again Saturday night.
He had his eyes on those pies.
Sunday night, excuse me.
And then afterwards we took him out to dinner, and that was an enjoyable experience. I didn't notice that they were that happy about the dessert.
That's what that Jerome said. Have a steak? I said, you're in Nebraska. You have to have a steak. Did you like the fish?
It was all right.
I thought it was pretty good.
It was all right.
We took them to DJ's Dugout.
Yeah,
We went with
I like DJ's Dugout.
I liked that fish.
Scott Village has fish as good as that, but
Scott Village?
Scott. But we took him down there,
We're going to
and
have your wake there, just so you know.
but we took him to lunch there the next day.
Oh, they were excited,
They
man.
were. I mean,
went
they
back
were like,
three
they're like,
times.
we can go back. We can go back again. I said, but here's the trick. Because Jeremy had to catch a plane at had to be down at the airport at noon. So you want to take a sandwich, but don't tell him it's to go. Just go order another one, take it and wrap it up and go. Because remember our brother Gary, John Longbow, one of the kids? Give me a sandwich to go. He said, we don't make sandwiches to go. So he puts his head down, sulks back. No, you don't tell him at a buffet that you're taking it to go. I thought it was like Indian 101.
You know
How to
what?
take food out of a buffet?
My favorite was the older native ladies at the buffet. Man, they've got, you wouldn't believe it, but you can fit about 15 pieces of Tupperware.
I've known some old women that got banned from the casino because of that. But actually, we had the Cassie shaking her head. Yeah, I amen to that, brother. But we brought them, and we had, and what I did, because Hana, his flight didn't leave until like 5:30. And so what I did was I dropped his brother off at the airport, and then we went to go golf. There's a golf course by the airport. We golfed 18 holes. And,
Did
you? 18?
of course he did. He's like, half my age. And
I wish I could contact him.
Hey.
oh, you know what? I was going to say, I have, I got Choske's phone number, address, email, all that stuff. He just gave it to him. And then Jeremy and those guys, they have their number too.
That's okay. I'm Facebook friends with Farmer.
Well, so am I. But
I know.
see, but Jeremy and Hana and I are bros. We're like,
Oh my God, my daughter fell out. The
We're
girls
tight.
fell out completely
yeah.
about those young
My
men.
daughter, she really
Yeah,
liked it.
yeah.
so
There was a lot of girls there. At one point, their picture line was all the way back, almost to the door.
a lot of Facebook statuses changed after
Oh,
that.
yes.
But
I was gonna put my picture up with Shosuke, but I don't know how, so I can't.
if I knew how to change pictures on Facebook, I would.
There's somebody took a picture of me and the Thompson twins. I don't know where it is. If anybody took a picture of me and the
Someone
Thompson
took one
twins,
of
I would like to
Gretchen
see
and
it.
somebody, I don't know.
I think I
took
just
it.
went poof.
I don't-
You know what?
Did you take it of your daughters
wonder-
with them?
The first day, Chelsea.
I
No,
wonder
at the
if,
film, somebody took one of the
I haven't
girls
looked at
and-
what I have on our camera.
You should look.
I should
I don't know
look.
who took all the pictures.
Judy's camera, I guess we could call it, our Native American Studies camera. from Judy.
So we wrapped up the film festival with the medicine game, which I thought was a great ending to our film festival.
And then
Now,
we
you
took
can
them to
catch any of
dinner.
those on Vision Maker.
Absolutely.
online.
And on a completely different plug for Vision Makers, I watched one, I believe it was called Smokin' Joe on PBS. It was about a young man and smoking fish up in Alaska. It was really good. Vision Makers makes
Vision
some
Maker
good...
shows some good films.
We should make a film.
We
We can
should.
do it.
We
We've
should.
got it in us. We're-
Of our radio show.
No, but
That's what we need to do. Native Honor Hours, I better go viral.
60 of them, put them together, you got that.
And listening public, the 7 of you that are listening, please show up at the Omaha Public Schools Film Festival because you'll be able to watch Ed eat for 2 hours straight.
Well, they do that now.
Me and Cassie survived last year. You did not.
I did not survive.
I might think about going.
I didn't survive
Cassie
the
was
last
pinching her
day.
granddaughter so she'd cry and they could leave. I had to sit there by myself in utter humiliation.
So
My
we're gonna
daughter
so we're
turns
gonna
around
do
and
this again
says,
next year?
I'm not laughing at you, Mom. And she turned back around and she's all,
Oh, I do
Yes,
have
yes,
I do have to say we got about 15 of these signed by Chaske.
good, because you know what? I need a good one to keep for...
25 bucks.
Frame it, frame it, frame it, put it in your
Guess
office.
what I'm getting
25
for
bucks.
Christmas?
Frame
You
it.
do need to frame it. You know what we need to do? We need to frame every event poster we ever do and hang it in that office.
Yes,
So when they
yes,
try and
that's a
fire
great
you, you can
idea.
say, hey, wait a minute.
What do you mean try and fire me?
Look around, look
That's
around.
not gonna be that hard.
You know they ever try, I got your back.
Well, so far I have the poster signed by Billy Mills.
Yeah, I do too.
This one signed by Chaske Spencer,
I do
and
not.
and I have the one with.
But I bet one of my best friends is
from
going to
Wounded
give me
Knee.
one.
Oh,
Chris Marshall signed something? Chris Marshall, I better get a Wounded Knee flyer that's signed. Do you know I have the movie? Do you have the movie still? Wounded Knee movie? I bet
don't
we
know.
can't show those.
will
What do you
Donnell
mean
be
you can't
there
show it?
with selling his posters again too?
I certainly am.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
I certainly imagine, yeah. I don't
But,
know why he
Good,
wouldn't.
good.
But they had a good weekend too. We had them.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, they said they
Yes,
had a good
I can't wait. We're bringing the Thompson twins back. I don't care what we have to do. They were
No, in
amazing
April.
men. Yes.
April.
April?
Actually, I texted him, you know,
Good.
because we
Yeah,
exchanged
Tom.
numbers.
April
Because you're
for,
bros.
for what?
Because you're both.
To bring him back in April.
We're going to show the movie.
OPS.
OPS, UNO.
Tammy,
and
Tammy's into
potentially
this.
Winnebago.
She's.
Okay.
And Brenda
No,
drank
no, no.
the
I think
Kool-Aid,
that's
too.
I think that's a separate visit.
But at least it'll all be one visit.
No.
Like a 2-day.
No,
kind of-
no.
Is it gonna be called Native Film Fest again, or
No,
what?
no. We're gonna have to have one day where they can only do 2 days. So because they both work and all this other stuff, so they can do 2 days. They can come in on one day and do the movie at night. Then the next day do the lacrosse camp and then leave that next
And
night.
Tammy Maldonado has all the equipment for the lacrosse camp.
So if Winnebago, I would suggest Winnebago and, you know, would bring them back separately.
Yes.
Oh, I've been
They what
dying to
now?
have something like that in
Do what?
Omaha for the
Thank
longest
Uncle Ed.
time.
She's been dying to thank Uncle Ed.
You know, because we're tight. I mean, we're,
You know what? That is-
Fantastic.
You do love to give things.
I'm gonna have to have River come during
I do
that
what?
time.
You do love to do stuff like this for the community, and
This
I
will be
really
a co-ed though,
appreciate
too,
it.
right?
oh yeah.
Okay.
We don't, Cassie wants to play.
Actually, I want to
no,
take
no.
I want to take Cindy on. No, no, it had to be a competition.
love lacrosse.
No, because I don't want. You give
You
her
know,
a
I'm
stick.
left-handed, I'm pretty good.
I don't
She'll
wanna
come
mess with
after
that.
you with that stick.
I'm
I know.
left-handed, I'm pretty good. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I know.
No, she'll be on one end of the field,
see
and I'll
Cindy
be on the
chasing.
other end.
Oh,
Same
I
times we
can
can throw it
catch
into the net.
I'll be chasing him with a cigarette in one hand and the thing in the other.
You think you would have learned the frying pan, you really have to get.
Oh yeah, that's true. I got
Yeah.
hit with the frying pan once by my cousin.
That is fantastic. I'm so glad.
Wow,
But,
the worst thing that ever happened to me was cattle prod.
Cast iron. Not
But-
when you're
but we-
aluminum
but-
ones.
but
cast
we're
iron.
gonna-
A lot, Monica.
You know what we've done? We've committed ourselves to like 3 or 4 big
And
projects
we were gonna
already.
say, and what did we say to each other just last week?
No more.
And I
We're
can't
gonna
do
say
this anymore.
no.
We're gonna say
But it's
no.
for
I
our
can't do
Indian
this anymore.
people.
So we're bringing in the Thompson, we're Chaske, we're gonna do another
At the
film
same time, I'll
festival.
be planning powwow. We'll be planning the lacrosse.
Then we're bringing in our brother Gary. We're gonna bring.
You know what, though? That just means we have to be tight. I'll have this, and I'm making this promise to the community. By the middle of January, we will have the staff set for the UNO powwow, their invites set out.
You know what?
Good.
To fund this, we can sell popcorn.
Yes, because we're going to have a lot. I don't know, I
Yeah, we
believe the
do.
university will have no problem funding powwow after the Wild Wild
I would,
West homecoming
are we even going
weekend.
to talk about that?
Oh, no, are we
Next
going to
time we
vote
will.
on our,
No, we're going to talk about good things today.
Oh.
Although there are several knuckleheads of the week, several
one
candidates.
of them being what you just had on your,
I know, I just can't.
Well, you think
For not being able to get on a plane.
Yeah, not to be able to wake up
For
and,
cost, I would like to send him a bill for that plane ticket.
you know, the cost of that would cover up the popcorn machine she broke. Ivan.
And you saw it. I mean, I could have broken it to
You couldn't even lie about it and blame somebody
No,
else,
and he
because I
was
saw
standing right
you.
there looking at me.
I think I saw the crash. I'm like, uh-oh, bad timing.
Bad
you
timing.
should have filmed it and then got it in slow motion.
Is there anybody still listening to us, Kenny?
Yeah, 6.
6?
Wow.
Gretchen being one of them.
Once again,
Your
why do we
daughter
do
being
this?
one of
Well,
them.
it was like 4 after the hour.
We don't know how many
mark,
people are
after the
listening
hour
on their phones, and we don't know how many people.
Yeah,
listen to
my
this.
sister listens on her phone. One of them was my little girl, Sarah.
All right, so a half a dozen people we're up to. But,
Well, you know what? We probably had more if we'd have had flyers to hand out at the,
people wouldn't have listened to us.
it's Monica's
But a lot of people don't know
You know
about
what?
it.
No,
That's
maybe,
why we need
maybe we
flyers.
should, maybe we should have our brother Gary help us go
People
viral.
don't know about it because we don't
We're not
do it.
any
We don't
good.
do it every Thursday.
Plus
That's
that
what we need to do.
Plus that we stink, huh?
We either need to do it or not do it. We either need to do it every Thursday or not do it. We need to make that decision.
I'm the one who said that last time, didn't
So
I?
what's your call?
Well, what do you think, Kenny?
I think we should do it for an hour.
Do it for an hour?
Yeah.
Because after an hour, we lost like 4 people. So. It's like after.
Are you saying we stink after an hour?
You do.
I thought we was just getting into it, man.
Get kind of tired. they get
Yep,
bored
I
out.
agree. How about that? We'll try a new 1-hour format and see. Sorry, Cassie, you're out.
Hey,
I just got a call from Texas. I hope that wasn't our
mine
son.
doesn't take very
I'll call
long.
him back. Folks, thank you very much. Have a good week, and
Yeah,
we'll see you next
we'll see
Thursday.
you.
And come to Grandma's
For an
meeting on
hour.
Saturday.
Grandma, hey, not only do we have, we're going to have a drawing for a turkey. Not only do we have a turkey, but one of the students from UNO donated a basket with fixings in it for pie and
Fixings.
rice.
You mean
and
fixins.
Macaroni and cheese.
All the fixins.
Fixins.
I always wondered what that meant, the fixins.
Come down to my office and I'll show you what a fixin is.
I don't want to see the fixins.
I have to go back to work. I have to be at work.
And
Go
Ed
back
is
to
our
work.
guest speaker.
Yes,
Am
he
I?
is.
Yes, you are.
Monica's
I already
coming.
told Monica. Monica's
Yes.
I
coming.
thought I said no to all this stuff.
Wait until you walk in and see the food. Remember, that's why you do it.
Is that why I do it, Kenny?
That's why he does it. It would be nice if you
I'm
did.
bringing pumpkin pie.
Desserts or.
Yeah,
desserts.
everybody brings, some people
Pumpkin
bring,
pie,
everybody brings
whipped cream.
anything.
See, the thing
That's
is,
why
there's
we
like
come.
way too much food, though.
I know there's
Do you want me
always.
to make homemade whipped cream
No.
for your pumpkin pie?
Anyway,
You know
we're
how to
out,
keep it
Kenny.
cold?
See you next, while they
You know how to
discuss the
keep it firm?
details.